Welcome to the Elections Debate 2012. Today we are joined by 4 parties, and they will tell us exactly how they think about university politics. And I will now explain the procedure, because what has happened is, whereas last year we had 2 parties, you can see that in Maastricht student politics is really lively because we already have doubled the number of parties, and so therefore we've also brainstormed about a different structure of addressing this instead of a full debate, because knowing the parties, that would be a disaster. So therefore we have structured it in a little bit different way. Let me first introduce the parties here. Kevin from DOPE. Arnoldas Pixernis, Independent Party. Simon from You Matter. And finally, Rolf from Novum. The audience is full of assistants. I'm going to involve them as well later, but let me tell a little bit about how we thought to structure this evening. Every party has thought about a statement and a challenge for the other parties. So they will read out their challenge to the others, and I will then give the parties the opportunity to react to this challenge. Then next, I will ask the party that started to then say something about the answers to the challenge, and I will then involve the audience, because that is usually a very enjoyable part of the debate. So you will have your say as well. Now, there are 4 parties, 4 challenges, and quite a large audience, and we have to be out of here by 8:45. So I will also look a little bit at a time to see that things are, well, questions and answers are as brief as possible. So, you're all ready. You have, we've tilted these plates for you a little bit, so the water could fall off if you get too emotional. So be careful. But I would like to start with DOPE. Could you read out your challenge, and then we hear what the other parties have to say about this?
Let's see, our challenge. Yes. Well, to start with, education for us was very important. So we focused our challenge, stating that education was the most important issue to us as a party. The challenge was the following. The reason why we as students choose to come to Maastricht University is primarily because of the educational program this university provides to its students. In our opinion, this makes education the most important area that student representation has to safeguard. For DOPE, this means that the teaching and learning facilities at this university have the best possible standard that this university can provide. In order to achieve this, we have already created 200 extra study places to be implemented next year. Having organized a university-wide seminar on web lectures, we're also focusing on improving ICT facilities furthermore this year. And the question we proposed is, well, looking at what we have done for our main topic, is what is the main topic that the opposing parties find most important when they get elected if and when elected, for the University Council. So we got a reply from all of them on that, luckily.
But do you want to challenge on what they want to do on your issue, or what they want to, do you want them to read their?
Well, there was one specific answer which I would like to further examine.
They will now further tell what their reaction is to it. So you want to know what they
found to our challenge.
Okay.
Well, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, thank you. I would say that I'm grateful for DOPE for such declarative way of presenting the question. That's nice to hear about your works always. But if to be honest, I always prefer the tactics, less words, more actions. So I can answer very clear. that my key priority in this campaign, in this work, is the democratization of Maastricht University office. I do believe that such things as losing documents should not be happening in Maastricht. Seeing it as a serious institution, seeing it as an institution that can really work effectively, we only think that we have to talk about this problem. And I'm very sorry to say that, but till now, the two parties that exist, they do not take care of this issue, and it seems that they do not matter about it.
Okay. Oh, well, do not matter. Let's ask you matter.
Thank you. Yeah, first of all, I want to say that education is crucial. We came here for having a good education, the best education we can get. That's why we are here in Maastricht. That's why.
On that.
But I want to say, yeah, I think everyone is really proud to be here, and everyone feels good that we can be a student here. But as Arnoldas said, actions. We want actions here, and we think it's great that you have, like, for example, this initiative with the online lecturing that you started it. It's great. We also had the same ideas. But first of all, I think we should ask the people who watched it. Like, we should ask the students what are their opinions. And that's our basic idea here. So we say we should, like, ask every one of you. That's what we do. That's why we have this postcards we gave out. We got a lot of back. I can read out a lot today if you have the time. And I just want to say we should ask you if you want it, we do it. That's the basic idea. And if education is the basic thing, so this is big, but we should say, like, okay, do we want online lecturing or do we want, like, this new facility? We should ask you, and then we do it. That's our point.
Okay. Well, thank you. Paul.
Well, as Novum, we think that education, quality of education is the why we came here to Maastricht. But getting a good education means that you have to have a good integration between faculties and between students of different nationalities, a good accessible university, and also a sustainable university in economical and ecological ways. So we think not only education is the main reason we come here, but to improve this education, you have different aspects which you have to improve in our vision. So not only focus on education, but also focus on everything around education, which facilitates better education.
I think there is a mic problem. Did the audience get a little bit? Yes, good. Well, Kevin, there you go. How do you like the answers?
Well, I'm glad that everybody subscribes that the quality of education is a very important issue, and that they all agree that it is an important focus. In which we differ is that for us it's our main focus. To us this model is kind of new, so I'm kind of asking the moderator what would be the best way to proceed in the castings. Do you want us to give an answer to that?
Yeah, well, whatever they said. Yeah, you can react on what they said, or you can elaborate on your position.
All right. Well, the first thing that we looked at is that, not completely surprisingly, everybody found a way to give a certain spin to the answers so that their own program points exceeded in their answer. This is not surprising because, of course, you have to focus on what you think is important. There were a few things that we would like to further investigate. The first one was concerning the answer of Simon, you matter. Yeah. Simon, you matter, funny. What we saw in your answer is that you were very focused on finding out what students want. And what you said is when you talk about better facilities, the web lectures, we want to know what students want, and we don't know yet what students want. The same goes for improving the ICT facilities. You said, well, we need to go to the students to find out what students want. Luckily, we already did that once by our online seminar, the web lecture seminar, on which we focused on why are web lectures important. And they did a pilot on there saying, well, we're going to try at the Faculty of Law, we're going to record 65 web lectures. We're going to see how effective this really is. These 65 web lectures got a total hit of more than 12,000 views. So it's something that students actually wanted. One web lecture was viewed more than 187 times. So that's one point of which we already said, well, we've already looked at what students wanted. The same goes with improving the ICT facilities. At the beginning of the year, Maastricht University, or at least Flycatcher, the consultation agency, in assignment of Maastricht University, consultates the students of Maastricht University to see what they find of the level, how satisfied they are with the level of their facilities. Among others, and cultural aspects are also important, and sports is important, and quality of education is an important issue. And these figures are already out there. You can see that, and if you investigate, if you go to our website, we've published these documents freely and openly for everybody to access. So where you say right now at this point, I have to start investigating to see what students want, we start, well, we say we as DOPE, you started with that in our opinion too late. It's something you have to do in the beginning of the year, because when it's election time, you have to show what you've done with the input that you've gathered from students and show how you're going to improve things for students and what you're going to improve. It's a decision-making time.
Okay.